Moving on to G1, would you like to address your
Yes,
resolution?
thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Could I have the image that was up a little while ago that I brought over? If you look at the image, it's shocking. On the left side, you see people in London hiding underground because of the bombings during World War II, 1942. On the right-hand side, you see Ukrainians hiding underground for bombings in 2022. You see the destruction, the comparisons, the similarities of what's going on in Europe. And unfortunately, we as a society sometimes forget history. And sometimes we look away. And when we look away and when we forget, history repeats itself. And what we're experiencing now is a threat not only to Ukraine, but to Europe, but to all the world and to humanity. A lot of people think, well, it's in Ukraine, it doesn't affect me. But just like a wildfire that's 50 miles away, all it needs is a shift in the winds, and suddenly you're engulfed in fighting for your life. So, in the spirit of fighting for what's right, for confronting evil, and doing everything we can as a country to stop evil, I present this resolution, and I will accept the amendment suggested by Commissioner Anderson. I'll go straight to the point. This resolution basically reads, the City Commission hereby condemns Russia's invasion of Ukraine and expresses solidarity with the Ukrainian people in their struggle to protect their sovereignty and freedom. The City Commission urges Russia to immediately withdraw all of its forces from Ukraine and recognize the sovereignty of Ukraine as an independent nation. That the City Commission urges the Russian people, starting with the Russian military, to intervene and put an end to President Vladimir Putin's reign of terror. That the City Commission urges the international community to hold Russia and Russia's President Vladimir Putin accountable to the fullest extent of the law for breaching international peace and for war crimes and crimes against humanity. That the City Commission urges sanctions against Russia not be lifted until Russian President Vladimir Putin and his henchmen are brought before International Criminal Court in Hague to stand trial for war crimes and crimes against humanity. The mayor made a very important point. And the reality is, in our community in South Florida and Florida and in the U.S., we have generations of families that fled Europe during World War I. We are the generation. We have families that fled Europe during World War II. They live among us. Good people raise their children in our community. We have people that fled Cuba, Venezuela. We all know someone, or we've experienced it ourselves, where we've been forced out of our own country. We've had everything taken away, and we have loved ones killed, massacred. So I know collectively as a commission, collectively as a community, it's part of our heritage. We will stand strong with the Ukrainian people, and we will stand strong to confront and stop evil at every turn. Thank you.
Commissioner, thank you. Your poignant words are very well received, and I think it encapsulates what this community feels on many different fronts and what we're facing as a community. Not only the Ukrainians, but obviously issues with Cuba for 60 years, Venezuela, we're going on over 20 years now without any resolution, and what you're seeing in China happen. So I appreciate both of you adding those, the commission as a whole, taking a moment to really recognize and do what we can, which is not a lot, but at least we can say that, we as a community are standing up for democracy and human rights. Will anybody give a motion, Mr. Commissioner?
And I'll second.
Mr. Clerk?
Commissioner Force?
Yes.
Commissioner Menendez?
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson?
Yes.
Mayor Lago?
Yes. Thank you. Moving on to D3.